Well, welcome back to the channel, guys, and here we are. We're sat in a field, we're out camping, and I thought what better time than to start a video that I've been planning for a little while. I went on to Temu and spent just over £100 on what I thought was the ideal campervan toolkit. Everything here was purchased. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to take you through it all individually so you can see it, tell me what you think, and hopefully, you know, between us we have the perfect campervan kit. I think I've pretty much covered everything, but we'll see. Let's get to it, eh? We're Mark and V, and this is our adventures. So first of all, there's everything out of the bag, just a pile of stuff. So we're going to go through all that and you're going to see just exactly what it is. What I will also do as well is there'll be prices that will appear on the screen as I'm talking about each item, because obviously in a field I don't know the prices, so I'm going to have to look at that when I'm editing it. And I will also put links to every single item down below in the description, so if you decide there's one item that you want, you'll be able to buy it. Most of this stuff arrived from Temu within probably 5 days. 2 items, however, took nearly a month, and I will tell you the 2 items as we get into it. So we're going to start off the bag. Even the bag I bought from Temu. Now, I couldn't believe how good this bag is, and I'm probably going to get another one for my camera equipment. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to show you. Now, it's got a zip compartment there in the middle. It's got little pockets either side, and not only that, it's got zip pockets on the outside as well. So you've got a zip pocket there, a zip pocket there with a mesh, you can see that mesh, and you've got lots of little holders with elasticated pockets. We've got open pockets there, and it's all as we on the lid. Sorry, I'll show you the lid as well. That's got another mesh pocket, elasticated parts there with Velcro there, so we'll find out what we can do with that first at some stage. And not only that, it's nicely topped off with a nice little handle for carrying it, and I think that is the perfect size. Some of you might think it's a bit too big for your campervan, but personally I think that is ideal. I've got a little toolbox in there at the moment, which is a waste of time because I've just thrown rubbish in it, and I'm hoping this will keep me really, really well organised. So that's the bag, and the price is going to appear down there now. So what we're going to do is, as we're going through the items, we're going to put the items in the bag, and hopefully we'll have a neat and tidy bag at the end of it without any cardboard packaging, which will be disposed of responsibly. Right, let's start off then. So we'll take the first box, and some of these I've forgotten what they actually are, so let's open them up. And we're going to put the cardboard on the floor, but I will be picking up, I do promise. Right, so we have a selection of pliers and an adjustable screwdriver. So I'm just going to make a point of putting the plastic inside something so it doesn't blow away, because we are in a field and it's windy. Right, so we've got some, there's a normal pair of pliers. They feel quite nice to hold. A pair of long nose pliers. They're quite stiff actually, but I'm sure they'll, you know, get easier. And we've got a pair of cutters, and a little adjustable screwdriver, and a little adjustable set of pliers. Now, already that's feeling a little bit sticky, so maybe that's not going to be the best purchase, but we'll find out. Let's just put them down a minute. Sometimes, yeah, there you are. So it's working. It's a little bit stiff. It might need a bit of lubrication. Some of these things are going to be quite rough, but remember, this is an emergency toolkit. This is not your home toolkit, this is an emergency toolkit. So for the time being, I'm just going to put them easy access Hopefully you can see that on the end. And we'll just work through everything as we get there. Right, the next thing, I don't even know if it's necessary in a van, but I saw them, so I thought we'd have some. It's called a Carpenter's Pencil. Comes with some spare lead. And we'll just break into this packaging. There you are, there's a nice Carpenter's pencil, and it's just like you can see there, and we can get the lead out. Ideal for when you got to mark things off and that, maybe you're going to write something when you're out and about. But I saw it, it was cheap, price is coming up now, and I thought, well, that may be handy. Certainly be handy at home, but it may be handy as we're out and about. You never know. So Carpenter's Pencil. Right, let's open the next package. A bit like Christmas at times. Well, that's a well, that's a hammer. Soft hammer I ordered. Removable heads. I don't know. Might be handy for something. If you've got to tap something not too hard. But there you are. A soft hammer. Be interesting if I ever use that. But you just never know, do you? Price is coming up. And figure out where that's going to go. I think that's probably just going to lay in one of the bags. Pockets there. Got another package here. What's this then? Oh, and that's a hammer. That's just a little tiny hammer. That's going to be very useful. It's small enough to carry around, and I'm sure there'll be occasions when you're going to need that. You know, we've got a mallet and everything in the van that we carry around normally for putting fence posts in, but you just never know when you might need something like that, pulling tent pegs out maybe. But there you are, little tiny hammer. This is all part of the toolkit, remember, and the price is coming up down below. And I think that'd probably go in with the handy pliers and everything like that. Right. Oh, there's 2 packets there. 3 packets there. Let's go one at a time. So let's have a look and see what we got in here. Oh, now this is such a useful item. Especially if you're out in the field working or something. That's a magnetic reach. You know, you drop something in your engine, you're doing something, you drop it down somewhere you can't reach it quite. This extends, you know, it's quite long, and you can go in, and because it's magnetic, yeah, see, like just about holding that spanner. So if you drop something, it's pretty strong. Yeah, it's pretty good. Absolute essential item, I think. You are. And that just disappears in the bag, doesn't it? I mean, time's going to tell how good these items are. Some of them are, you know, the bits are loose, and I've just had to tighten that up, you know, the little clip. But they're just so handy. And the next thing is, it's great, isn't it? It is just like Christmas. Some Rachet Spanners. Now, I wasn't sure, excuse me, the bugs are getting me now. So I got some Rachet Spanners. Now, I bought these 2. So I got a 10, a 12 and a 14. I should have got a 13 as well, really, and an 11. So the 10 is, you know, a floppy one there. And then the 12 and the 14 solid. And I'm not sure if they're going to come in handy, but I saw them on Temu and I thought I'd get them. The quality looks pretty good, actually. You know, bearing in mind these are not snap-on or brittle or something really, really expensive. You know, the prices is coming up now for, you know, that's the price for that one. That's the price for that one. And that's the price for that one. but they look relatively good. Time will tell how well they last, but yeah, they look okay. Put them in. And the next item, now this one is a little bit of a disappointment. You order something, that's mug grips. There's my hand, there's the mug grips, so you can see how small they are. Will they come in handy? Who knows? You just don't know, do you? They seem to work well, but they're not going to hold much. But maybe in an emergency when you're out and about, that's all you're going to need. Maybe it's an emergency fix, you know, when you're just holding two pieces together or something. I don't know. But there you are, little pair of mug grips. You know, almost dinky mug grips, isn't it? Price is down there now. Don't know how well they'll last, but we'll find out. Now, some things I just bought because I saw it and I thought, well, we'll see what it's like. Now, that is a universal spanner as such. You know, it's got various different sizes. I don't think it's going to be up to much. One end goes from 3mm to 8mm, and the other side goes from 9mm to 17mm. So it could be good. Might be useful. Might just come in handy at some time. You know, might be a get you out of jail free card type item. I don't know. But the price was there. Make your own mind up on that one. Now this is something V bought me. I didn't actually pay for this, but this is one of those put in your door to give you a step. I'm not sure we'd ever use it on the van because it's not really going to give me any access to anything. But it may be useful for a different type of van, car, whatever, if you need to get onto the roof. So there you are. I will put the price down below. This is not included in the £100 spend that I made, but it's just another handy little tool which V thought might be useful. It's also got that glass break on it, so you could break a glass, but if it's in your boot and you need to get outside, it's not really going to help you, is it? Right, next thing. This is a 46-piece socket set. No, it's not. It is a 46-piece socket set, and I've looked at this already when I opened it, and it's very, very cheap. I'm hoping you can see this. Very, very cheap. You got your Torx bits, you got your screwdriver bits, and you got some sockets down here, and some socket pieces. You know, it does look very, very cheap. Price will be down there below. I think it looks like something that would snap very, very easily, but time will tell, won't it? You know, it might get us out of jail. There's a couple of Allen keys in there, whether that's going to be any help. I don't think it was very much money at all, so that's why I got it. But you just never know, do you? These type of things get you out of jail, and it's an emergency. It's not something you're going to be using all the time. So there you are. It goes from 4mm up to 14mm on the sockets, and then you got all your other bits there. So hopefully you can see that. If I tip it too far, it's all going to fall out. So hopefully you can see that. Don't think it's something that'll be used very much. When you consider, I bought that, and I'll show you that in a minute, and that looks far better quality. Do that one up, and he'll go in a minute. Okay, the next one. One problem with ordering from Temu is the parts come in a plastic bag, don't they? They don't get boxed or anything like that, so it does get bounced around a bit by the couriers, which is not the courier's fault. It's just the fact that, you know, Temu don't. That's why they're cheap, because they come in plastic bags. On this case, comes broken, which I complained about, and they give me half off. So I'll put the price down below, but I actually paid half of that. And this is a set of deep sockets. Now, they really look quite good. They're half inch deep sockets. and I'm going to hold them up to the camera. They look and they feel very, very nice. What we're going up, there's 24 mil is the biggest we got here. So we've got 24, 22, 21, 19, 17, 15, 14, 13, 12, and a 10. So that's all the common sizes. And that's not too bad a carry case either. So hopefully I did remember to buy a hopefully I did remember to buy a 1/2 inch ratchet, because if I haven't got that, it's going to be useless, isn't it? And I will have to add that. But they look very nice quality anyway. In fact, nice enough to have in my own garage. At the next box, I can't remember what's in this one. Ah, that's actually not meant to be in this bag. That's for my bike. So ignore that one. So this is the next one. Forget what it is now. Let's have a look. Another socket set. So I bought another socket set. So let's just open him up a minute. I was pretty sure that the cheap one I bought wasn't going to be of any great quality. So I did order 2 socket sets. So that would bring the price in under £100, wouldn't it? So there's your other socket set, and this is does it say it goes from 8 to 19 mil, and it's a 3/8 drive. Is it 3/8 drive? Yeah, it is. Let's have a look at. There's a ratchet. I'm going to hold that in for you so you can have a look at it. That feels all right, actually. I mean, again, you got to remember this is about emergency. So it comes with a extension bar, and to be perfectly honest, that's quite a nice little holder to have in your bag. They come off. They come off very easily. A bit tight, and you might snap them, but yeah, that's not too bad, is it? There's your socket set. Have a close look at that. Price is down below. And like I said, that's 8 mil through to 19 mil. So that's pretty much all the sizes you're going to need. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Right, we're coming down on numbers now. There's not a lot left. So the next thing is I bought a screwdriver set. Now this is one of the items I had to wait for it. It took, I think it took about 4 weeks to come. But I think it was worth it. The other thing that took a long time to come was that one. Now this is a replica of a tool set, screwdriver set you can buy in some of the major DIY places. I'm going to show you that there. And I'm quite pleased with that. That's a really good set to have in your van. Time will tell again how well they work, whether they're going to be useful. You've got an electrical tester there. And the case, the case is pretty good. Although I can't put that back in now, why is that? Oh, that's why. Yeah, I'll put it around the right way mark. The pieces, they seem pretty good. We got Torx, we got standard screwdrivers, and we got hex bits as well. So it does seem a pretty good set. So I'm just going to force that one in again. They're a bit tight, but there you are. So it clicks back into place. You look at that. I'll just tell you. I would say that is a really good purchase. One of the better ones. Price again down there. Okay, so the next thing we got was these, and I don't think you're going to be able to use them with any intense force, but they will allow you to use a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch or 1/4 inch drive off, you know, a screwdriver that has that type of fitting. You've got some power drills, use them now. So it will, I don't know if it's going to come in handy in the van, but they seem to be a good idea. They really did seem to be a good idea. So that's what we're going to use. We're going to take them, and the price is down below again. So the price is down below, and maybe they'll be useful, maybe they won't be. I really don't think they're going to be like, you're not going to be taking wheel nuts off with them or anything like that, but they might just be helpful at some point in time. Then I bought this, and why did I buy this? I just thought it looked great, so tiny. I thought I'm going to find a use for it somewhere. The 1/4 inch drive. I got no 1/4 inch socket. Well, I suppose there is some 1/4 inch sockets in the cheap set I showed you earlier. But it was just great, and I had to buy it. So no other reason than that, really. The price is down below. It looks great. It feels nice as well. It feels really nice. It feels as nice as some of the more expensive stuff. And I ain't really got very expensive stuff in my garage, but it feels as nice as that. So there you are, little 1/4 inch mini ratchet. I'm sure it'll come in useful someday. Right, and the very last thing I purchased off Temu, so that's our £100 worth of spend, is this. Now, I've seen these in a lot of places advertised. It's a air fan, you know, so you want to blow stuff off and clean stuff off. I thought, why not? Let's try one. So I'm just going to take the bits out as I'm talking to you. So it comes with 2 different attachments. Does it go that way? It goes that way. It's magnetic, and you got like a. If I turn him on, he's flat. That's typical. Oh no, he's not. There we are. So you got. There you can see my finger. So you'd hope that would clean out most, if you're gonna just clean something out, I don't know, dissipate some water. That's got quite a bit of power to it. It's USB-C, and yeah, it's a shame it didn't come in its own little plastic box, really, rather than a cardboard box. But I think that is going to be well useful. What's it like without anything on it? Oh. Yeah. Obviously, I don't know if you can really see how strong that is, but there we go. So there you are. I mean, some of you have been saying, you've got no use for that. Maybe. I think it may come in handy. I really do. And since I was spending £100 on Temu, I thought it was just another good thing to put in. So I'll put that in the box as well. Then we come to the sort of, what did I have in my previous toolbox that I didn't buy that I think is essential to put in there? So that's the stuff we bought off Temu. This is some of the extra stuff I've already had that I think probably is worth thinking about having in your box. I've used it, I've not used it, we'll see. Pair of gloves. If you've got to do something that's pretty dirty and horrible, The last thing you want to do is get all dirty. And, you know, a pair of gloves in your toolbox. Some wire connectors. Now, we've all got some of these laying around somewhere. Some different sizes, more than enough here, just in case you're going to make an emergency repair on the road. That was in my toolbox. One thing I've used loads is that little Phillips screwdriver. It's tiny, dumpy one, and it's really helpful, you know, handy for getting into places. So that there is an essential in my view. Now, what else did we have in there? I've got some bits and pieces I'm just looking through. A pair of adjustable, well, an adjustable spanner, and that's bigger than the one that come from Temu. But I think that's definitely going to leave that in the toolkit, just in case. You just never know when you ain't got the right size or whatever. I think I've got most things covered now, but I will keep that in the toolkit. I'm looking for now another thing. Now these are crabby old. I should have bought a pair off Temu because I'm sure they'd be quite cheap, and I'm going to look up a price, and I'll put a price down there from Temu, and I will put a link to a pair down below. But a pair of wire strippers, you know, be able to put your connectors on, and that's something I haven't got with in the toolkit is wire connectors. So I'm going to make sure I put a couple of wire connectors in there, just so that I'm covered should I need to repair a wire or something. Now obviously I can't just go into my garage at the moment and get it because we are in a field, as you can see, so I won't be getting that, but I will be adding some you know, wire connectors, some bullet connectors or whatever into my toolkit, so I've got that as well, so we can do emergency repairs. And the last things in my toolkit is some tape. I've actually got gaffer tape inside the van, spare bulbs, you never know when you're going to need them, and fuses. You know, you should be carrying them no matter what. All in the same toolkit, and you know, hopefully you've got a toolkit that's going to get you over most instances. But I'm not going to say it's going to do everything, because there's always going to be something that happens in it that's going to catch you out. But this would hopefully be your get out of jail. You know, maybe able to fix something in the field. You know, if something goes wrong in your field, your fridge goes wrong, you know, you've got something inside you've got to fix. Hopefully there's enough bits and pieces here that should help you. Now the question is to you guys, what have I missed out? What do you think I should also include in it? Please tell me. I'd love to know down below what I should add to my toolkit. Or do you think do you think you shouldn't even bother carrying a toolkit around? Should you just have the minimum and get your AA out? Tell me down below. Anyway, that brings this video to a close now, and we're in this lovely field here. As you can see, we're the only camper van here. It is our friend's field. They had a festival at the weekend, and we just stayed on a few extra days, so there's nobody else here. Absolutely bliss. Beautiful in the mornings. Anyway, brings this video to a close, and I really appreciate you watching this. And if you've got something to say, please tell us down below. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. We really appreciate the support. And hopefully we'll see you in our next video. And that's in a couple of days' time when we go to Camper Jam. Or will you see Camper Jam before you see this video? I don't know. Depends how I edit them, doesn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really look after yourselves. Really appreciate you watching. See you later. Bye.